Hello everyone and welcome to our first episode of Beyond the Bells. My name is Dennis and today we are starting with a question that almost every student has thought about and smiled on. That is,
I marks everything.
so here's the question. Do marks define intelligence? Do marks define success? Or it is just a number on paper? Today I have with me two amazing students of DN Nagar NPS who will share their thoughts with us on this topic. So let's meet our guests for today, Yash and Zainab. Yash, can you just tell about yourself?
My name is Yash and I'm from grade 9. I am president of school. I have observed students closely. I have worked with them. Uh, uh, I am part of student council from 2 to 3 years. So mainly I know the issues of students, what they are facing in the school. Yes.
Yes, Zainab. What about you?
My name is Zainab Wasim Sheikh. I study currently in 7th standard. And this is the question of are marks everything? We all have discussed with our friends. And as students, we all have came up with this question at least once in our life.
Okay, so let's begin with the questionnaire for us today. If your marks could talk, okay, if your marks could talk, what would they say about you? So begin with Yash itself.
Okay. So I am good at studies, and at my personal level, I feel that for the society, marks matters because society doesn't care about skills. They want to see marks because everyone is competing with each other at with same thing, with same syllabus, with same studies. So for that, I think so that marks matters.
Very well said. So I agree on that. What you said, the marks doesn't define us, and it depends on society, the pressure coming from the society itself.
Yes.
What about you, Zainab? How are
So-
you? Are you good in studies?
Yes, I am. And as Yash said, the marks matter to the society, but they do not define a student's capability. So yes, marks are the only number which today's society look at before judging a student. They want to see the marks, even if the student is really good at studies or not that. But if the student is good at any sports, any other art and skill, they do not. They just say that this is worthless. This is not going to be used.
Okay. So coming forward for the next question, I had a very important thought since my childhood that does marks decide your intelligence? Does it? Yes, Zainab. Let's start with you.
No, marks really do not define intelligence because when we write an exam, what the written exam actually tests is how much we understood and also how much we can write or memorize things. But what intelligence basically is, it's based on problem solving skills, creativity, our thinking abilities, and that all is not tested in just one written exam. So marks not totally define our intelligence.
What about you?
Marks doesn't define intelligence. So one of the example is my class, my friend. He is not good at studies, but if you will ask him to solve any problem or any money related issue, again it is a maths. But if it comes to a real life situation, he overcome very easily.
So as we both said that marks don't define your intelligence, I want a straight answer for this. Now, example, I have a student who is not good at any academics, okay, and he gets the lowest marks. Maybe like he is failing also. So, what do you think, or what one piece of advice you will give for him or her so that he also feels the same?
I would advise him to move to his passionate thing. If he's passionate to sports, if he's passionate to art, so he should continue doing that because one thing is that he's not good at study. Okay, now forcefully you can't make your mindset that nahi abhi padhna hi padega. But if you are passionate to something, you continue doing that. At least you will gain some more skills in that particular field or that particular activity.
Okay. Let's come to our second part where pressure comes into picture. Okay, so my question on that is where does pressure comes from for us as a student perspective?
The
Yes.
pressure first comes from is the mind, because mind has fear of society, fear of family, fear of friends. The person who is surrounded by everyone who is competing with each other is again like mindset भी वही same चीज follow up कर रहे हैं, and he is also competing with each other. For that, one thing we are competing for is marks.
Yes, as I like playing rugby and I do play. And so there is like my family also says that you must focus more on your studies rather than just playing. You can play your life, but studies you will do it now. So it's like pressure comes from family, surroundings, the whole environment basically. You have to study, your marks are always low, even though it's at least more than average, but it's still marks are never feeling enough for students right now, even for me. And we also feel the pressure and the fear of disappointing our loved ones. So the pressure comes from mostly the family and our loved ones.
That was a very mature answer. Thank you so much, Zainab. Let's go on our third segment. Our next segment right now is real life versus marks. Okay. Uh, so let's think beyond 10 years right now. So in 10 years right now, what do you think? Your current marks has the same value that you think it is right now, or it will be of no use? Yes, then let's start with you.
I don't think so. My current marks will have value in the future because when I become successful and I will be financially stable, people will really look up to the my profession, my personality, and how I'm living my life at that particular age. But at that moment, no one is gonna ask me how much I scored in my seventh standard, eighth standard. So I don't think so. Marks will be that important. Of my today's marks will be that important as they are today.
Okay. Just adding to what Zainab said. Yes, question to you right now is skills, confidence, communication. I've heard you using all those things in your classrooms. Do you think that is important?
Yes, it is very important because in future you will be not walking with your mark sheets, and you will be not showing, because at last you need to negotiate with someone, you need to talk, you need to communicate. In this competing world, we need to be communicative, we need to be confident, and for that we need to start learning those skills from our school life, childhood.
Okay. Now let's get real. So, would you choose learning without marks, or it is okay to have marks?
I feel it is okay to have marks because first thing, if you will not have marks, the other processes become very complex. Now, if we are in school, 10th marks are very important as per the society, and it is. And then from based on that, we get our college, and then from there we do our degree, and then from there we decide what we have to do. So I think so with marks, it is good instead of not having a aim. Because another thing is our mindset search for a mission or some our brain search for a mission for some goal. And if we will not have marks, again we will think why we are studying, why we are doing such things. So again, there is no use of then studying.
Okay. That was really insightful because I know that you are in ninth grade right now and going to 10th, and giving that perspective is actually important. And I hope our audience get to know that yes, as we say that marks is not that important nowadays, but yes, it's a part where you are measured with, because in later stage, marks actually plays a role for your admission or going to college and having a good college instead. Right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's get back to our next round. It is a little bit fun, and it is like a rapid fire. Okay, so it's a mini rapid fire session right now. So, can we start?
Yes.
Okay. So, my first question, okay, is one word that comes to your mind when you hear exams. Let's go with Yash.
Books.
Yours.
We stress because marks never feel enough.
Second, one subject where marks doesn't show your real ability.
Sports and art because talent can't be measured in numbers.
Skills, personal skills you have.
One skills school doesn't grade but should grade.
I guess financial literacy, because it is not taught to everyone and it should be taught to everyone, because today we are learning education and in future many young people fail because they are financially illiterate.
Time management and communication. It is like a good combination of skill. It should be taught because in future you need to manage your time very very effectively. Secondly, communication is the main key to get go to your success.
Perfect. So here we end our mini rapid fire question and love that. Let's go ahead and deep dive in our topic for today. What if the school removes your marks completely tomorrow? What would change? What changes you will feel that would happen?
So from my side, I'm like I'm good at studies. I gain much marks. Then first thing will be like the competition within like among our classmates or someone, that will be like vanished because we don't have marks. We don't need to compete. There is no dopamine released even if you gain more marks. So like everything will be flat.
Very nice. Very nice. What about you? I want something. Now you both are having classmates who are good in studies, who are not good in studies, who are excellent in studies. Now I want as per a class perspective.
So maybe the perspective of students can be exposed, as the students who are studying because of the fear of exams can be seen. So they might stop coming to school or stop studying because they were just studying for the fear of marks or maybe from the pressure of society. And students who are really studying for the passion, we can see them still coming and learning. So maybe the perspective or the thoughts of students can be seen.
Okay, so you mean to say so marks are not the full story of life. They may be a part of the story of our life.
Yeah.
So now we are coming towards the end of our podcast. Before we close, I want each of you to complete a statement. Okay. So the statement is: marks are important, but they are not.
They are not permanent.
They are not permanent.
They are not the real capability of a student.
Okay. This is the end of our podcast. So I want your one piece of advice to our fellow audience who's watching this video. One advice about are marks everything?
So first, there are two things. First is marks can't judge you forever. Marks is just temporary. It just help you to move ahead, but it is not whole definition of your life. Secondly, there should be aim of studying something. If you are running behind marks, then sorry, like
It's pointless.
it's not worthy. You should always have some why behind every study or every concept you're studying.
Very well said, Yash. Zena?
I would say that yes, marks are temporary. Focus on them also, but because of running behind marks, don't lose your passion and talents. Also focus on that, because your marks are important today, but they won't be the same in future as the age of 25, 30. So focus on yourself, your skills also with studies.
Very well said. Thank you for joining us for today's. This is the first ever episode of Beyond the Bell, and having two of you over here, Yash and Zena, you had a lovely day and lovely responses from your side. Thank you so much. In our episode today, we did not try to prove that marks are useless, and we did not say that marks are everything. But maybe the real question is, are we chasing marks or are we chasing learning? If you are listening to this, ask yourself, if there were no marks, would I still want to learn? Thank you for being with us for our first ever episode of Beyond the Bell. This is just helping us, and this is just a beginning. So see you in the next one.